How do we look? Are we centered? Who knows? Pretty darn good. I was pretty freaking centered for not even looking and not even having a box behind me. Yeah, I did not have time to draw something today. It's just, this is the month before Comic-Con, okay? This is like the crunch month, and usually I take like 2 or 3 months, 4 or 5 months to prepare for my costumes for Comic-Con. And I've been totally procrastinating and doing more cons. I've been to more cons this year than I've been in any other years. So I've been doing other costumes and other stuff. So I've left myself 1 month before Comic-Con to finish my costumes. And I'm just like stressing out that I'm not going to get them finished. So we ain't wasted no time. We are just vlogging. So earlier this week, I actually did a Q&A post on my Facebook and my Instagram asking all of you what questions you had for me about cosplay, about sewing, about fabrics, about anything, my personal experiences, about where I buy stuff, about what equipment I use, what are my favorite things to use, just any questions you had at all, I asked you to shoot them at me. So in my favorites video this month, I'm just gonna kind of brush over all the stuff that I use really frequently that relates most to your questions. And then I'm gonna throw in some personal stories in there because that's just how every video happens. So just like normal, we're gonna start off with tea. This is Gyokuro Gemaicha. Okay, so Gyokuro is a really high quality, really nice Japanese green tea. It's steamed, it's got a really nice like vegetable flavor to it. I love my green tea, and we're gonna like drop tea knowledge right now. But Gemaicha is like the poor man's version of Gyokuro. It's actually got toasted rice in it. So it has this kind of like ricey flavor with green tea. This is actually the staple tea they'll serve you if you go out to sushi or to a Japanese restaurant and ask for tea. This is what you're gonna get. This is a story that goes along with this tea, okay? This is my tin for my loose leaf tea. So the Gyokuro Gemaicha that I bought is from Teavana, and this tin is only available online. It's this like limited edition special tin. It's actually covered in kimono fabric, the same fabric they make kimonos out of. And I was like, I need one of those. But online they have a selection of like 6 different kinds of them, and you just buy one and they send you a random one. You don't get to choose what design you want. And I'm like, I'm not risking it. How much were these? These were $28, and I'm like, I'm not spending $28 on a chance that I might not like the design of the tin. But I went with a friend to the Teavana Tea Bar in Beverly Hills, and they had this on the shelf with a few other styles of the kimono fabrics too, and I was like, I get to choose what one I want. I'm buying it. I need it. So while we were there, I fell in love with the tin, and I was like, I'm buying a tin, I have to buy some tea. But at the bar side, they had a miso soup with the Gyokuro Gemaicha in it. So I bought that, and I tasted it, and I loved it, so I'm like, okay, I'm buying Gyokuro Gemaicha in this tin. And it was so good. So you actually, like, ate the tea leaves, and you ate the toasted rice that's in this tea. That was all just in the soup, and you just actually ate all of it. And it was delicious! So I actually made the miso soup at my house. I tried to recreate it, and it was pretty good. I just chopped up tofu, put some miso in there, some spinach and some green onions, and dropped some tea in it. It was like delicious, delicious. So not only can you drink this, you can make soup and eat it. It's just so good. Such a good experience. So next we're gonna talk about face paint, body paint, and like adhesive. That's why I'm wearing my mask. I know this is my Harley Quinn mask, but I'm wearing my Batgirl dress today, and it's just like, yeah! My mom's out of town for 3 weeks, so it's just me and the bird. And I think he's getting sick of me. So pretty much my favorite adhesive for like my masks. What else have I glued down? Like I've glued wigs to my head before just to keep them in place. Stuff like that. I'm a big fan of this Pros-Aid stuff. So when I first started out cosplaying, I used spirit gum, which is like the basic thing you can get at a Halloween store. But I found that the spirit gum actually really irritated my skin. Like it burned and it itched, and if I got too close to my eyes, they started getting really red. I bought this a few months ago, so I'm new to it, but it doesn't irritate my skin at all, but it holds just as well. It's not like stuck on there like super glue. If I start peeling at the sides, you can see it just kind of lift off. But it holds all day through a convention. If I'm really hot and really sweaty, yes, I find I do have to reapply it. But I had to do that with spirit gum anyway, so it's the same thing. So tasty, I know. body paint, and you can see it's blue because the last time I used it was for airbender arrows, but it's actually white paint. It is Paradise Makeup. This is the best paint I've ever used for my body and face and makeup stuff. I usually just use a makeup brush to activate it. I dip makeup brush in water and just kind of smudge it around until it gets runny and painty, then paint wherever I need to paint. The coverage is okay. I feel like for my Harley face, I need to do like 2 or 3 coats of it to get it super flat and not have any skin show through. But when I do my airbender arrows, I'm seriously like, floop, and that's all I need. So I do mainly buy this in only white because you can mix it with other paints. Like for my airbender arrows, you can see what I pretty much do is just get a lot of it on a brush and use the top as my palette, just smear the white around. And then I seriously just use acrylic or this, I use tempera paint, like really crappy tempera paint to color it the right color. And when you brush it on your body, it doesn't crack. It does come off with water, so you can't like wash your hands, it's gonna come off, or sweat makes it come off too if you're sweating excessively. But it stays on your skin, it bends with your skin, and it stays on. For the most part, if I like rub this paint, it stays on my skin and not get on my costumes or on my wigs that easily. You can also put like makeup over this. Like I put blush over this, I put eyeshadow over this paint once it dries, and it's just like your skin, just a different color. The next question I got asked a lot was where I buy most of my stuff. So first and foremost, for like my prop making stuff and my not fabric stuff, I buy offline. Like I usually use eBay or Amazon for a lot of my like gloves, my bracelets, or shoes that I need to buy for costumes. I just look that up online, find a good price, and it gets shipped to my house. I do have Amazon Prime, so I get free shipping, woo woo, and cheaper prices. So a lot of online shopping. My Worbla. I always have a constant supply of Worbla at my house at all times. You never know when you're gonna need it. So right here is my open stock. You can see there's quite a bit I have left. I'm sorry, Bird, I'm sorry. I buy the extra large sheets and only the extra large sheets. I never buy anything smaller because why would I? I'm just gonna pay the better price, more expensive price, but the better in the long run price for the big sheets and then slowly cut away at it than have to order small sheets at a time and waste my money. My second most used item is my craft foam, and this is again just a big roll of it. There's a lot of it rolled up, and I keep it just alongside my Worbla. I buy this at Michael's Arts and Crafts. It's literally just like in that children's aisle with all those pom-poms and like wooden things and like the feathers and the boas. Maybe it's $12.99. I don't know. It's kind of up there for just foam children's crafts, so I do always use like a 40% off coupon when I buy it. And I usually have 2 or 3 of them at my house at all times, just rolled up, because you use this for a lot of stuff and it goes pretty quickly, even though it doesn't seem like it. But like making my hot girl wings, I'm looking at them over here. Can you see them? No, I got hot girl back here. My hot girl wings took 3 rolls of foam. Like it doesn't think like you're gonna need that much, but you do. I'll be real with you, Worbla's expensive, and it's an expensive luxury to have for cosplayers. But like, I remember my hot girl video, people always ask me, do I have to buy Worbla? No, you do not have to buy Worbla. You can use craft foam in place of Worbla, but it's not as strong, it's not as malleable, and it's not as easy to work with. But you can do it. It's just more work, and it's not gonna last you as long. Worbla's lasted me 3 years, my hot girl costume. 2 years? 2 years. And foam stuff usually breaks on me through 1 or 2 cons, but if you take care of it, you can do it. Worbla, this is all foam. You don't have to use Worbla. My Harley hammer, yeah, version 3, baby. This is all craft foam. This is craft foam, craft foam, craft foam. Okay, this is pipe, it's PVC pipe. Craft foam, styrofoam ball. These are Eva foam sheets, my opening stuff. But that's craft foam. I didn't even cover it in Worbla. I was like, we're just leaving it like this because that's all it needs. You do not have to use Worbla. Okay, now on to where I get my fabric. So I buy most of my fabric and notions from a local place called Yardage Town. And I think there's 4 of them in the San Diego area, but I don't think they're anywhere but San Diego, so sorry. But in that, I highly recommend that you find a local fabric shop or fabric warehouse rather than go to like Joann's or Walmart. Now don't get me wrong, Walmart has some great prices but not a good selection. Same with Joann's. They have a very limited selection and a very limited quality of fabrics, but they have coupons, they're easily accessible, they're everywhere nationwide. It's just like, they're easy to go to. But if you can find a nice local shop, even though they might have a little more pricier fabrics or notions, it might be worth it in the long run to get that better quality and the better variety of fabrics you'll get from a local shop or a warehouse than to go to Joann's. There's also questions about like how I deal with hate or rude people and how I start my cosplays or how I choose the character, but I feel like that's not a monthly favorites thing. I feel like those need to be their own videos. So why don't we, in like the comments of this video, why don't we comment and let me know what sort of stuff you guys want, and we'll make some more videos. Even if it's tutorials, if you have like tutorial requests, just lay them out and I will go through them and see which ones I am capable of doing at the moment. I am very broke at the moment. It's Comic-Con next month. This is where like the big bucks come out. So probably for the next 3-4 months after July, I'm just going to be making stuff with supplies I have. I'm trying not to buy anything more. But I have 3 costumes planned out that I pretty much have all the stuff in my just piles of fabric and piles of Warbler and foam and notions that I can make. I think I can make 3 whole costumes and get away with it, because I bought some wigs at the artist sale and I was like, ba-choom, and Piggy Paradise sent me some free contacts and I'm like, yeah, we're making 3 new costumes within the next 3-4 months. It ain't gonna cost me nothing. So yeah. It's Comic-Con. How many times can I say that? It's like Comic-Con is around the corner and it's just, the stress is here. So we're gonna see how these next few weeks go. Then after Comic-Con, it's like the depression sets in. Okay, we're done. We're done talking about this. I have to do some work, Bird. We're gonna make dinner and then we're gonna work on dyeing fabric and dyeing wigs and then we're getting back to work. So I hope you liked this video. This was a lot of rambling, a lot of talking, but the stress is setting in, so I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. So make sure you like and favorite this video. I know this wasn't the best video. Maybe people really like it. Who knows? Who knows, Bird? Who knows? And comment below what you want me to do for future videos and I'll get on that as soon as humanly possible. So thank you all for hanging out with me today and being super villains or superheroes. I will see you next Wednesday. Bye. Is this gonna be our thumbnail image? I think it is.